Somewhere between the edge of being alive and feeling dead.
Alright, so we're heading from Prince George off to Vanderhoof. We had 86% when we started. Right now it's just showing 347 kilometers. Not sure why it doesn't show percentage when you're driving, but here we go. Alright, we're just approaching the Blue Crux Lake rest area, and you can see we're 261 kilometers of range with about 50 left. Alright, so we're just pulling into the, I think it's officially called Brookside, but Blue Crux Lake rest area where there are 25 kilowatt chargers right over there. You can see no one's charging yet. Nice bathroom facilities right there. Picnic tables, plenty of space. I charged at Slim Creek last evening, made a video about that. So it's the same type of chargers. I don't anticipate any issues, but you never know. We got a problem. These charging stations at Blue Crux Lake, they say, let's get the video here, tap card or use app to start. Not supposed to say that, and they both say that. So now you can't charge here. Alright, so we've charged on the slower J1772 charger up to 68%. I don't know what we were here, I think it was 60 something, it's very slow. These other two chargers are not configured correctly. They require an app or a card, of which there is none that exists for these Delta chargers, so that's unfortunate. Can't charge on the 25 kilowatt chargers, but we're going to head on to Vanderhoof now. Alright, back in Prince George at the Tesla superchargers, as you can see over there. Somebody's charging their Tesla. Anyway, plugged into the CCS. Good to see the cables fixed. Arrived with 38%. Did not really get to charge at all. I think we left Prince George with 86% and basically arrived here with like 38. I think I added 2% at the Blue Crux lake rest area on the J1772 charger, which was the only one working, so maybe I added 2% there. But yeah, so 86 down to say 36, so 50% to drive to Vanderhoof and back. Not too bad. So 25% to charge to drive that distance with this platinum level battery. So we're going to be sitting here for a while, charge up, so I can return this probably close to 90% when I give it back to PG Ford. I don't know if we're going to do another video tomorrow with this truck, we'll see. All right, everybody. So now I've come to know a little bit more about these F150 Lightnings. I don't know if the trim is the same with the features in the gas models. I imagine a lot of it is, but let's just go over features in this vehicle. So down here, this little knob, you turn it, and that's essentially automatic headlights, high beams, day, and then off. So this kind of controls your setting. I thought that would have been done through software there. Maybe there's another option, but this dial does that. And then I think this raises and lowers the pedals. So if you're a shorter person, taller person, you can adjust the height of the pedal. I think it's a parking brake. And open the frunk, drop the tailgate. That's what these buttons are. We will open the frunk and power lift and power close, which is pretty cool. We'll look at that later. I think these are driver profiles, lock, unlock, I think adjusting mirrors, windows, your typical stuff. Over here, stuff to do with the trailer. This button, of course, starts the vehicle. You push this, you also have to touch the pedal down there. I think this is to do with the towing. Yeah, for your trailer. And then you have your gears here. And if you push this little button here, let's do that because it's kind of cool. Push it. The handle collapses. And I will move this drink out of the way. And what we can do here is create a flat working surface. So you put your laptop, work area, clipboard, lunch, whatever it is, and there you go. And cup holder back here, cup holder up here. Let's pop this open again. And down here, you of course have a wireless charge area for your phone. If it supports wireless, you have USB-C, USB-A there, which is what I'm using. You've got your interface here. You've got your temperature, your hazard lights, turn off traction control, etc. Blue cruise. So I think it's like infrared light from there, infrared light from there. And that kind of, when you turn on cruise control and you set faster, slower speed here, you can also turn on lane assist. So you turn on cruise control first, and you look on the screen there. When you push this, you can turn cruise control off and on. When you push this, you can turn lane assist off and on. And between these two settings, cruise controls the speed, lane assist is like left and right, and I think speed up and slow down. And so essentially it's like Tesla autopilot on the highway anyway. Now, one big difference is it doesn't slow down around sharp corners like autopilot does for Tesla. It just keeps the speed that you set, goes around corners really fast, and sometimes it turns off if the corner's too sharp because it can't turn sharp enough. Anyways, volume down, volume up, voice commands, so you can say like play this song if you've hooked up Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And then this is like menu stuff for the user interface there. Pick up or drop the phone call, previous, next song. And getting to the sunroof, pretty epic sunroof here, full glass. Really like this trim. And what we're gonna do is push this button here, and that just kind of vents it. And if I push the other direction, we can pop open the sunroof right here. So pretty cool. And if I don't want any sun at all, we'll just close that. And there's a sunshade that blocks, you know, it can go block that back half, or the entire glass roof we can cover. if you're not loving the sun. Everybody wants to not have sun and fall asleep or something. There you go. So that's pretty cool. And we've got some lights up there for both sides, but really digging it. Push this button, you've got an extra glove box there. You've got your traditional glove box there. Lots of space, lots of storage. Ford has done a fantastic job. You've got a 20 amp, 110 volt outlet there. You've got a 12 volt cigarette plug. And yeah, that's kind of it for the front here. But overall, what a fantastic experience. Let's take a look outside now at some of those features. So of course, here's the charge port. Kind of shows you how much you've charged up. So we are a little bit past 50%, just a little bit. CCS plug, of course. This just pushes into the hole there. You just push on this door to open it. And this is the frunk, so I'm charging right now on CCS. And coming into here, this is the frunk. So in the frunk, you've got this little button. If a child were to get trapped in here, they can push that to open it if they got trapped. And you've got a bunch of 20 amp plugs, USB-C, USB-A, which is pretty neat. And you've got these little hooks, grocery bag hooks. A bunch of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got some extra storage room underneath here. You could probably put like your charging equipment there. You've got these hooks, so you can tie things down really nicely. And by the way, under there, this is 400-pound capacity on here. Under there, that's like a drainage. So like if you put ice in here and want to have a picnic or drinks or something, all the water would drain out through that drain hole. Otherwise, here's your windshield washer fluid, your maintenance. If you need to boost your 12 volt battery, it's somewhere under here. Not sure how this works, if I would have to turn this off. It kind of looks like it. Talks about charging underneath here. So I think I would have to take off some of these connectors to pull this off to get access to the battery. I don't see an easy way to access it under there, but looks like it's right under here somewhere. So that's the frunk, and by the way, it's a power frunk, so you can use the key fob, you can double tap it, or you can push the button in the car to open and close. If you're here, you just push this button, and it's a power frunk. Down it goes. That's it. All right. I don't believe there's anything on this side. The mirrors do fold as well, just to kind of show the back seats, because I didn't really show that before. You've got your window controls, very comfortable heated and cooled seats. You've got this drink tray in the middle, coat hooks here, grab bars, good quality truck. You've also got your heating controls, heated seats here. You've got a 12 volt cigarette plug. You've also got AC plug, USB charging. Really cool. And we also have a power lift gate. Push the button there, and it pops down. Push this button here. We've got a little step gate to get up, and apparently this is a handle system, so you can pull on this as you step up. You know, Ford has really thought this through. They've done a fantastic job. Put that back. And you just push the button under here again. If I can find it with my hand. And it'll just lift up. And this has the tow package. Right here, this can tow up to 10,000 pounds, I believe. Got some lights on the side. I think that's to get to the spare tire, which is right there in typical Ford fashion. By the way, underneath there's your electric motor with the half shaft on each side, protected by metal. And underneath you can see down there, battery is on the other side of that big protected metal. Look at the size of the suspension system. Pretty beefy. The springs are pretty huge. And what else can I say? I think there's options here for tonneau cover. This doesn't have it. This has these tie down sections, treated bed, really nice quality. I did forget to show one thing. There's a button to open this back window. I'll show that. I mean, this is the platinum trim, so of course you've got buttons for everything. So if I were to show that, I think it's this one, right? You've got power, open and close that rear window. Yeah, so lots of interesting features. And of course, there is also keypad entry, which can be all configured in the car. There's also the Ford Pass app that you can install on your phone and control everything. And how do you know this is an electric F-150? I don't exactly like this kind of look, but they have this lightning on here. Kind of looks, I don't know, childish. Doesn't really fit with the rest of the design, but that's the one way that you know this is an electric. Let's look on the back. It's pretty hard to tell even just looking at the back. So really just looking at the sides here, that's how you know it's an electric. So you could remove that and people may not even know unless they're looking for a tailpipe. So that's pretty much it. And of course your seats, you've got your typical controls, lumbar, which Tesla removed on the passenger side. Lots of space in the sides here. Of course, I don't like the piano black. This will get very dusty here on the sides, but at least it's not piano black here on the top. Good on Ford for that. And wonderful vehicle. So how would I rate this compared to my Tesla Model 3? I know they're different vehicles, but I would give Ford an A for releasing their first electric truck. It's a spectacular truck. This trim level, 123,000 MSRP Canadian dollars. Has about 500 kilometers of range, and it's pretty good for 80% of people. I believe this truck would do the job, even in cold weather, for what people use trucks for. It's a fantastic truck and it's well worth it. So that's just my first take, and those are the features, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, just got to throw this in for this video. Love the F-150, but I have to say one thing. The charging network can be a deal breaker for anyone buying an EV. This truck has, I think, 130 kilowatt battery. My Model 3 has like 65 or 70, something like that. So this is like basically double the battery size, but it is a big truck, so you know it's not apples to apples. But to charge this bad boy, at least we should have is chargers of that speed, 250 kilowatt. This is 50. So you do the math. 1/5 the speed, double the battery size. I've been here for, feels like 2 hours. I don't know. Charging up, trying to get up to 90% so I can return the truck at a decent charge rate to PG Ford. But charging network is all the difference in the world, and it's gonna dictate your experience for road trips. Okay, if you're just driving in town or to the next city and stuff, you can get there and back. Not a big deal. Like I just drove to Vanderhoof and back. I don't need to do this charge if I could charge in my garage, but I don't have the home charger with this. They didn't give it to me. Otherwise I could use my existing NEMA 1450 plug, but I have to charge here because I don't have home charging for this vehicle. Charging network makes all the difference in the world. Anyway, so one more minute. We'll be at 80% or 90% charge, but you cannot see the charge speed here on the screen anywhere in the car. And the charging station, like who's going to go out in minus 30 temperatures to look at a tiny little screen there to see what the charge rate is? So I know the maximum is 50 kilowatt for this. I really wish we could use the Tesla chargers, which are 5 times faster, 250 kilowatt. That's the real killer of this this experience with the F-150. Everything else is great, but the available chargers for this big battery truck, they're in northern BC. Basically 50 kilowatt is most of the chargers that you have access to at this time. I know Valemont has 100 kilowatt, but that's still not even close to the speed of those Tesla chargers. And there's only 2 stations here, 50 kilowatt, and there's like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 superchargers over there, and they're 250 kilowatts. So they're 5 times faster, and you have three times as many stations. So think that one through. I think all the electric vehicle manufacturers are really going to have to think this through. All right, so just to get the summary of the stats. So BC Hydro charged for, again, hour and close to 40 minutes, added 71.98, so basically 72 kilowatt hours. Okay, there it is, hour and 37 minutes charging, 25 cents a minute, and I paid $24.50 to add about 70% charge. So that's it.